Hi, Maria.
Hi, Dani. How are you?
Good. It's so great to see you. I'm so excited we're going to be able to do this today. This is awesome. I'll do a quick little intro. Hi, my name is Dani. I am Novel Effects resident librarian and curator. So I help pick out all the books we do, and then I get them all set up on the app and yeah, present them to you. And this is my lovely colleague, Maria, who is one of our soundscape designers.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching us.
Yes, thank you so much for watching us today. We are so excited today to talk to you about Cinco de Mayo, which is an awesome holiday and is so much more than I think people expect that it is. Maria, do you want to tell us a little bit about Cinco de Mayo? I know it's a holiday that's like near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, so fun thing is that I am from Puebla, which is the place in Mexico where the Battle of Cinco de Mayo was fought. So, contrary to some beliefs, it's not Mexico's Independence Day. It's a battle that we won against the French, and we celebrate that in my hometown and in the U.S. So yeah, it's just a fun holiday to come together and have some drinks and food and party.
Yeah, that is that's so awesome. I was talking to somebody about it the other day, explaining it to a kiddo I know, and I got it wrong and said it was between Mexico and Spain. Totally forgot that France was actually the one there. But yeah, it was in 1862, right? In Puebla, where you said your family is. Yeah, oh, that's so fun. I think it's an awesome chance to talk to kids about Mexican culture a little bit more. And also an awesome opportunity to share some of our favorite books. We're gonna read one in a minute, but if you head on the app, we have a Cinco de Mayo collection like right up at the top. We've got some awesome books up there. Some of them are books that Maria has made soundscapes for. One of my favorites that she's done recently is Star by Yui Morales. And oh my gosh, breathtaking, Maria. That book is phenomenal, and you just made it even more impactful and just like hit the nuances there beautifully.
Thank you, Danny. It was a pleasure working on that book, and it's always great to work on like such impactful books. And I hope people read it and really, it really resonates with them.
Mhm. Yeah, I think people are gonna be just absolutely over the moon about it, 100%. Another one in the collection that you did last year, actually, for Cinco de Mayo, we were trying to find a good book, to kinda highlight the holiday. We've yet to find an actual, like, Cinco de Mayo book that we're in love with, but you did, Round as a Tortilla last year, which is such a fun one. I know your family did some of the voiceover for that, which was so cool to be able to like incorporate your family in that.
Thank you. Yeah, some of my friends, I had to ask them to send me, some recordings of them saying some of the words, and I mixed that into the soundscape. And yeah, it was great, being able to involve everyone like that.
Yeah, that's so awesome. It makes it like even more special. Like it has this little behind the scenes thing that like incorporates the people you love. I love it when our soundscapes have elements like that. And that book always like makes me very hungry when I read it. Like it's about shapes, but it's mostly about food. And speaking of hunger, I've got a book, the book that you recently worked on that we came up with for Cinco de Mayo that also makes me hungry. It's called Taco Tuesday, and it's so cute. Look at this little puppet guy. It's adorable. This book is so I'm so excited to read it. It just like tickles my funny bone. It kind of reminds me of another one you recently did, I Am Not a Chair. It's got some like really fun elements. If you haven't read I Am Not a Chair in the Novel Effect app, it's they're reminiscent of each other and like some of the little surprise elements that Maria has infused in both of them. So I highly recommend them both. But yeah, you were so excited to work on this one.
It was just so fun. I love the little puppet, and I think it's just a very cute book to read to young ones. I think they're all gonna like it.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and I'll do a quick read aloud of it, and then we can talk a little bit more about like the elements that you infused in this, because like Oh my gosh. It's so like I just love how all of our designers are able to take already awesome books, fantastic books, and like in this instance, this book is pretty simple. It's like hilarious and cute and so well illustrated, but it's a simple book. It's a baby book, and you have just made it like even like 10 times better in the stuff you add and have added layers and layers to it. So yeah, I'm so excited to share this and I will get it up on the app real quick. I've got it pulled up here and I'm going to click print and it should be up in just a second. Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday.
You don't want to eat me. I'm not that delicious.
So delicious, Taco Tuesday.
My beans are refried. And my cheese looks suspicious.
It's not suspicious, it's just cheese.
Don't you prefer pizza? Or a hamburger, please?
I don't want a burger, no quiero hamburguesa.
How about a big bowl of macaroni and cheese? Besides that, I'm sure I'm too spicy for you.
Spicy, spicy, what you gonna get extra hot?
Oh no! Is it Tuesday?
Uh-oh.
This taco is through!
Taco Tuesday, it's Wednesday, Taco Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, I loved all those little songs so much. That is a hoot and a holler.
It's so fun. I love it. I'm glad you all like it. I had so much fun working on it.
Yeah, you were the one who actually brought this to me. Usually I'm the one that like brings books to you and I'm like, do you want to do this one? Do you want to do that one? And Maria actually messaged me and was like, can I do this book? And I was like, never heard of it. Let me look, and like looked, it had lots of reviews. It looked cute as heck. And I was like, well, how can I say no to this little guy? And also how can I say no to Maria? And yeah, it is it's delightful. The thing that like especially captures my heart is the little songs that you like wrote in there that all the little characters are singing. Um just so precious. How do you come up with those ideas? Like I would have never thought to like add a little song about cheese or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. So some books just sometimes they just speak to you when you read them and then you hear the stuff in your head. And for this book, I like the little puppet and I don't know why I kept thinking about these commercials where the main character is like being chased or something. So I imagine this taco like not wanting to be eaten, because he has all these arguments like, "Oh, don't you want a pizza? Don't you prefer a burger?" And then in the commercial usually like the people go like against that and they're like, no, 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 I don't want a burger, I don't want this. So I thought that would be very fun. And then since it's a book for young kids, I one of the things that I love about composing music is when people sing whatever I wrote. So I thought, it would be really cool if the teachers had this resource of the songs, and then, they would be like, oh, let's repeat the songs, and the kids would be like, Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. And I just thought, I want a jingle, I want a song for this that teachers can use and that the kids can repeat. And that's where it all came together. And all this, all the voices that you hear there are from our soundscape team. I just sent him the music sheets and the voices, and they just sent it back to me and I mixed all of that, and that's what you hear in there.
Yeah, I always love, even when we like change the pitches and stuff, like I can still pick out like, oh, I recognize that person, that's my colleague, that's my coworker. And that's just a nice little Easter egg for me. But I love that, like, that you're envisioning, like, classrooms and kids, like, having this, like, back and forth and this, like, interaction. I think that's so fun. When I worked at a public library, those kinds of books where you could, like, have the kids, like, share a certain phrase with you, over and over again as, like, a means of interacting with the story, like, those were always the best and, like, so fantastic. You did a really similar thing with I Am Not a Chair, where you had the characters singing "I am not a chair" throughout the book, and it was so precious. Like,
Yes.
that's another book that is just, like, so funny on its own, and then, like, you add the novel effect soundscape, and you've, like, amplified the, like, humor and the, like, just heartfelt, like, fear and anxiety that the little character's feeling, and then that payoff at the end where, like, they stand up for themselves, like, you're just a master at that, and yeah, that's so lovely. Yeah, we do have some fantastic activities that go with some of our soundscapes. I know there's one for Round is our Tortilla, I believe. We've got some others in the app. I believe there's one for I Am Not a Chair as well. So y'all should hop on and find our soundscape activities. Maria has been working really closely with our educator on the team, Catherine, who designs these, and they're working right now on a new style of activity for you that's very immersive with the soundscape and like very focused on like music education in some senses. And I think those are going to be fantastic, Maria. I'm so excited that you guys are collaborating on those.
I'm very excited about those. I used to teach music to kids, and I would have loved to have, these resources to use in the classrooms.
That's so cool. I didn't know you did that. That's awesome. So you're already like in that mindset. Like, you are so like Maria is a phenomenal human being, and she wears so many hats and has such broad experience. We were just talking before this live stream started, like, she has composed music for video games. She has a podcast. Like, she and I are big fans of Renaissance festivals.
You introduced me to them, and now I'm a fan.
Yes, yes, we do we have a little thing saying we love Maria right now. We totally do love Maria. Another amazing thing you do that I think just like is of such value to educators is you take soundscapes that we have in the app and you find the Spanish version of the book and then you adapt the soundscape into a Spanish version. And like that is like a lot of work because you have to go in and like re-record the VO and like reprogram the voice recognition and everything. But it's amazing and we've gotten fantastic feedback from it. And can you tell us a little bit about that process? Like, what do you do when you dive in and decide like, I'm going to take this existing thing and translate it?
Yeah, so yeah, the first thing is to look at the voiceover that we have to see if I will be able to re-record. Because sometimes we need, if we need a lot of different VO, I would look into like my family and my friends and see who is able to help. But sometimes like if we need like the voice for a little kid, that might be a little bit harder to find. So that's what I look into to decide which books we work on. But once that's done, I need to look into the translation because sometimes the translations are not very literal. They're more like, they give you the same idea, but then the sound was very literal. And then so I would need to sometimes re-record some sounds or remake some sounds. And then after that, I need to put myself in the mindset of the same soundscape designer that did that book and see, what was he trying to say? When is he stopping this music? What's the emotional element of this sentence and where does it stop? And that's how I am able to do these books in Spanish. So it is a little bit of work, but it's honestly great, and I love that we have a growing library of Spanish books for teachers to use.
Yeah, we've got a whole collection on the app of books in Spanish. I definitely try to make sure any of our like more seasonal collections, like for instance, our We have a STEM collection out right now with Lingo Kids. And if we have books in there that I'm putting in there in English, if we have the Spanish version, I want that in there too, because I want everybody to be able to read these books. And I'm just so excited for that collection to continue to grow as time goes on. I know we've had a lot of demand for it, and folks are definitely working on it. But yeah, as we're talking about, like, it takes some time, because we have somebody coming at it with like their whole heart, like doing it by hand. It's not something we're just sticking in like an AI and it's coming out. Like, we definitely utilize a lot of technology, but people are doing every aspect of these by hand, and that's absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, go check that out. Check out our Spanish collection, check out our Cinco de Mayo collection. We have a lot of other seasonal collections going on right now, like Mother's Day, school's out, and AAPI month, of course. That just started the start of this month. That's very exciting. Maria has an AAPI book she's working on right now that we're really looking forward to. So be on the lookout for that in the app soon. Another thing I wanted to highlight that we have coming up is our summer reading program that is starting in just a few weeks, but you can go ahead and sign up now. If you're not already a subscriber, we are selling 3 months for around $10, and you can get all the content, all the activities, all of our soundscapes, and a little tracking sheet, and you and your child can read all summer long and like try to hit your summer reading goal to prevent summer slide, to keep your child engaged with reading and education over the summer. I highly recommend you check that out. We're also selling school plans, so if you're an educator, we're selling them for about $1 a student. You can get your students novel effect for the summer to use at home. That's amazing, right? That's so cool. So you can read all of the awesome books like Taco Tuesday and I Am Not a Chair. And what's another one you've done recently that you loved, Maria?
Well, I just finished Bright Star.
Right Start, yeah.
Great.
You can read all of these books with novel effect and make your reading even more magical, and continue reading and education throughout the summer with our summer reading program. So I highly recommend you check that out. But yeah, I think it's about time for us to go, Maria, but thank you so much for coming on today and like sharing all of your expertise and information. It's always a delight. Like, I work really closely with you and the other sound designers, but we don't always get a chance to talk one-on-one like this, and it's always so fun learning like some of the little behind the scenes things. Like, I didn't know, we had talked earlier, I didn't know that you like re-recorded the VO for our Spanish translation books, and that's like phenomenal to learn. So thank you again so much for like talking with me today, and for sharing your expertise, and sharing, most importantly, Taco Tuesday. Like, that's beauteous.
No problem. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for having me here. And yeah, it's been very fun. I love working on the soundscapes, and yeah, I hope everybody gets to enjoy them.
Yeah, everyone have a fantastic Cinco de Mayo. We'll see you again soon with another read aloud experience. And have a great day.